Good evening, everyone. It is Saturday evening, January 3rd, I believe. I wanted to hop on here because I've been thinking a lot about anxiety and shifting in the podcast now from anxiety into depression. And tomorrow's podcast will come out to be the last of the episodes we're going to be doing on anxiety. And following that will be in 2 weeks, will be the first episode that we'll be talking about depression. And I wanted to talk about anxiety a little bit more because I've been thinking a lot about it, especially how much it affects my life and how much it affects others, and that we're not alone out there in how we are feeling and how we're dealing with it, whether good or bad. For me, anxiety means a lot of different things. I did send out a short clip or a reel, if you will. I can't remember if it made it a reel or not, if it was too long, but just basically a short clip on how I feel about anxiety and what it makes me feel, especially when I feel at my highest with anxiety in it and I feel stuck. And it's really hard to become unstuck, if you will. And so I've been thinking a lot about that. And I went on to Reddit today to look to see what others are doing. If you're interested, there is an anxiety subreddit, and you can go on and post various things. And there's somebody that posted, if you recall, in the episode that I did almost 2 weeks ago, that talked about a person stating their experience with anxiety and how emotional it made me feel because of how relatable it was. And so tonight I just started looking for other stories out there that made me relatable. I think if we feel that others are out there that understand and acknowledge that we know that others are going through this, then in a small way it tends to help. So tonight I want to go through and read this because I just found it, and I think I'm going to do a couple of these just in general, is to read what others are going through. I think the more that we talk about it, the more it will become normal, and that others will feel more comfortable talking about it, if that makes sense. So this is on the anxiety subreddit, and the title is "I'm tired of pretending I'm okay when anxiety is quietly eating me alive." That's exactly how I feel. It's anxiety. I don't wish it upon anybody. It's the worst thing that's happened to me, and I just don't know how to get out from under it. And so, anyway, let's keep reading here. So, this person says, "I don't really know why I'm posting this. Maybe I just need to say it somewhere out loud, even if it's to strangers. Lately, anxiety feels like it's become my shadow. It follows me everywhere when I wake up, when I try to focus, when I'm supposed to be relaxing, even on a good day, it's still there, whispering that something is wrong, that I'm falling behind, and that I'm not enough. What hurts the most is how invisible it is. On the outside, I look normal. I smile, I reply I'm fine, I do what I'm supposed to do, but on the inside, my chest feels tight all the time, my thoughts never slow down, and I replay conversations, worry about things that haven't happened, and feel guilty for things that aren't even my fault. Sometimes I feel so lonely with it. Like everyone else got a manual on how to live without constant fear. And I somehow missed that page. I want to talk to people, but I don't want to be a burden. I want to support, but I don't even know how to explain what I'm feeling without sounding dramatic. I'm exhausted from fighting my own mind every day. Exhausted from overthinking, exhausted from being scared of being scared." If you're reading this and you feel the same way, you're not weak, you're not broken. I'm trying to believe that too, even if it feels impossible. I don't really need advice right now. I just wanted to be honest, even for a moment. Thanks for listening. If anyone else is struggling and you want to talk, you're not alone here. I love this post so much because it is exactly how I have been feeling. And I just wanted to get that out there. I tend to, besides this podcast, I've not really been open about my anxiety except with my closest friends. And quite honestly, I don't even talk about it with my family very much. And they may not know I have been hiding my podcast from them. But anyway, I'm going to go through a few of these comments too because I think they are really important. And the very first one here on the top says, I teared up reading this because I relate so much. You're not alone. I completely understand. If you ever want to talk, you can always send me a message. The next one here is, you just described my whole December. Got laid off in November, let my house get in a hoarder state, pissed off on my friends, can't get away from my thoughts, and never sleeping or eating enough. Hugs to you. Another response. I feel exactly the same way. For me, I have nothing to be anxious about, but this tension started 5 days ago and will not go away. I feel like my body is making my mind go to dark places and create thoughts that cause more anxiety. I feel exhausted all the time, irritable, nauseous, and have a hard time eating. I just want to go back to normal. Ugh. I so feel that. I tend to consistently think about who I used to be in 2018 and before, and not recognizing that person anymore. And I am very upset now that I am in this situation. And I am not having a good hair day, I'll tell you that. And I don't even remember what it was like to be me back then. I just know that I was much happier. Anxiety was not a problem for me. And I was normal. And I'm not normal now. So it's been very hard. Anyway, I will go on and just read a few more of these here. One thing I keep saying, actually, I want to show this off too. I think this is really important. So I love Etsy, by the way. Love Etsy. And I wanted to commemorate everything that I've been going through. And I bought some green bracelets. And one in particular specifically has to do with being anxious and having mental health issues. And it says, love me until I'm me again. And that's exactly what I want to do. I want to be able to love myself again. Because I don't right now. It's very hard to get up every day feeling exhausted and feeling sad and feeling depressed and not knowing how to get out from under it. It is so incredibly hard. So I just wanted to bring this up to anybody else out there that is having issues and that may be struggling. And I'm sorry. Don't be sorry for having emotions. It's natural. Totally natural. But I wanted to bring this up because I know there are others out there feeling alone like I did. I did not, for 6 years, I did not know what to do. I did not talk to anybody really about my anxiety. And I didn't really explain anything to what was going on. And it wasn't until I sat down with my current counselor, who I've had 3 now, because the other 2 retired, but I've had 3 now. And the most current one knows my story from A to Z. And I've not ever sat down with anybody and talked to them about my story like I did with her. And she's absolutely incredible. And I love talking with her every couple weeks. And it wasn't until I started talking with her that getting my story out there. Because I think it's important that others know that there's somebody out there that is feeling the same way. As tough as anxiety is, and I wouldn't wish it upon anyone, I'm thrilled to know that there are others out there that are feeling the same way and that understand. Because when you try to tell somebody about anxiety and they don't understand, they basically, at least in my case, I was told that I was faking it. And that just broke my heart. It still breaks my heart 2-3 years later. So anyway, I want to read a couple more of these comments because it's incredible how many comments are on here of people saying that they actually understand. So this person here says, I actually just came to this Reddit page because I have been feeling the exact same way. I get anxiety over everything right now, even if it's watching something with my family rather than alone. My closest friend and sister just moved out, so I'm more alone than I've ever been. And I feel like I can't really be myself around my parents, so I'm just not happy. I can't be spunky, and I don't have the boost of dopamine from my best friend. I feel so lost in my thoughts, and my social anxiety is so high. I panic so often now. I honestly think pushing myself through it would make it worse and give me more fear. Not sure what to do. And I'll read this last one here. They say, yeah, this is how they feel every day. Even now, I had to stop what I was doing because I couldn't breathe. My chest was tighter, my heart began to race, and all that. I'll have phases like this throughout the day, and it's exhausting. Don't even need triggers anymore. It's just chilling, eating lunch, and drawing, and boom, severe anxiety and panic out of nowhere. Just constantly fighting myself every second of every day. I have no advice. It sucks. It just sucks. And you feel so alone. I'm sorry. I do. I feel really alone. But again, it's nice to know that others are going through it too. So, anyway, happy Saturday. I just wanted to bring this up because I want to talk a little bit more about anxiety and what I've been going through, and also highlighting what others are going through as well. So, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your weekend. Tomorrow, the part 2 of the anxiety portion of the podcast will come out tomorrow. So, I hope you enjoy it. Thanks.